In 2020, I actually signed up for over 15 bogus small business loans.
The FBI is arresting thousands of people right now that took out PPP loans.
So in 2020, everybody was doing the PPP. My cousin did it, my brother did it, then my best friend did it.
What's up, people? This is KM.Little right here. We're going to be watching these people doing the PPP fraud, and we're going to be seeing how they getting caught.
$184 billion in stimulus money is now up for grabs, so pay attention if you are a small business owner. You can start applying for a PPP loan today if you are a first-time PPP borrower small business applying through a community financial institution. Now, these types of banks usually provide funding to underserved communities.
Then on Wednesday, second draw PPP loan applications will be accepted for small businesses applying again through those community financial institutions. The SBA says a few days later, applications for all other small businesses looking for a second draw of the PPP will be accepted.
Yes, you can get another PPP loan if you already received one in the past for your business. But this time around, there are some different rules. To qualify, you must have 300 employees or less. You must prove that you've had a 25% reduction in gross receipts between comparable quarters in 2019 and 2020. And just like before, if you follow the rules, these loans can be forgiven. This is all part of the stimulus package that was passed back in December. And it also includes a lot of tax deductions that will impact your business. All the rules and applications are available on SBA.gov, and the deadline to apply is March 31st.
The FBI is arresting thousands of people right now that took out PPP loans. Let me explain. During COVID, the U.S. government put out a program to help small businesses pay payroll. The money did get dropped into your bank account, and people were using it for not the correct purpose. But that's the small issue. The big issue was how easy it was to get this money. The entire application was, what is your name? Do you have a business? No verification, no one following up, and a few days later, $10,000 just dropped into your bank account. People were taking out these $10,000 free money loans, meaning they never had to pay them back, even if they didn't have a business. The FBI is actively issuing thousands, if not tens of thousands of arrest warrants for people that took out these loans for free money. The only people safe here are the legitimate businesses that took out the money and used the money correctly. Everyone that thought they got the $10,000, I'd be waiting because they're coming.
17 members of the Broward Sheriff's Office, which include both BSO deputies and detention deputies, released from the federal courthouse in Fort Lauderdale after being indicted on charges that include wire fraud after federal investigators said they fraudulently applied for and received funds from the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP loans. Attorney Brian Silber represents 3 of the defendants, some of whom have either been suspended or placed on leave pending the outcome of the investigation.
I can't comment on the nature of the case.
Sheriff Gregory Toney said he first learned of the crimes in November of 2021, prompting him to investigate all 5,500 of his employees, including himself and other top brass. Of the 17 indicted, 7 BSO deputies and 1 sergeant in law enforcement, and 8 detention deputies and 1 sergeant in corrections. We learned the defendants involved received tens of thousands of dollars, and while the investigation has proved that some of whom were investigated did have legitimate businesses, at the very least, the 17 now facing federal charges allegedly did not.
You wish that wasn't you, huh? They're coming for you. The funny thing is, y'all should have known that was a setup. They made it way too easy for you to get that money. They just asked, what was your name? Do you have a business? You said yes. Boom, $10,000. Now imagine waking up and finding out that there is a list and your name is on that, and you might be going to jail for something you did years ago. So if you took that loan out and you weren't sure if you had a warrant out for your arrest, there's a list for you to go find out. You might want to do that. One of the worst things about this, people took this money 4 years ago. So imagine thinking, yes, I got away with stealing money from the government. Well, you didn't. It just took them a while to come after you, but they had all the records for everything that you did. There's paper trail, which pointed out 2 things to me: how desperate some people were back in those times, and also the lack of common sense to know not to f with the government. And what's really sad, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all spent the money on some that wasn't even worth it to begin with.
In 2020,
That's what I was thinking, right? Because I was looking into the PPP loan, like not actually doing it. So one thing I always know with, if you're gonna be doing fraud, if you're gonna be doing some type of fraud, you never ever be using your information. Why is you using your information? Why is you using your social security number? So the thing was, once I seen that they want your social security, they want your name, they want your address, and all that type of stuff, and then it's certain qualifications that you need. Like you had to have, your business had to be making money, and it couldn't have been negative anyway. If you already been not making no money with your business and you didn't file taxes with your business before, you didn't qualify. So it was certain stuff that I seen that I didn't qualify, and I know if I applied for it with my own Social Security, and then they actually do like a background check, like now I'm not even talking about the denying it. I'm talking about it actually going through. If it's going through and I actually get the money, it's just like they gonna get me.
Just signed up for over 15 bogus small business loans, and since I'm already going to jail, it's time to tell my side of the story. Now this scam started out like any other good scam. An error from the government, an opportunity for me. There was a form that you could fill out online, and it would ask you 3 questions. It would ask you, do you own a small business? You would check yes. Then it would ask you if you want $10,000. You check yes. And then it would say, do you promise you own a small business? And then you check yes again, and boom, 10,000 bucks. Now this process was like taking candy from a baby. So once I got the 10,000, I did the right thing and I told everyone I knew about. Now at first people were skeptical. They said, Drake, what do you mean you just answered 3 questions and then $10,000 appears in your account? But I assured them it was legit. So next thing you know, I was signing everybody up. I was taking their information, signing up for this loan, and then I was giving them 50 out of the $10,000. And until things went wrong, like really, really, really wrong, everybody was happy. And to be honest, no problems really occurred until they realized that, hey, maybe this Drake guy isn't a trapdoor salesman. Now in my defense and everyone else's defense who had taken this opportunity, what else were we supposed to do? Big Brother had came down, locked us down, and told us we couldn't make any money. We were just doing what we had to do. I'm just glad I got to come on here and tell my side of the story. It's been real, and I will see you in 3 to 6 years.
So in 2020, everybody was doing the PPP. My cousin did it, my brother did it, then my best friend did it. I said, sign me up. Now, I wish I never did the shit. So, bruh, 4 years after the money already spent, I get a knock at the door the other day. Boom, 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 Dallas Police Department, open the door, we know you're inside. I open the door because I ain't do shit. What the hell y'all banging at my door like that for? Put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest. I'm like, damn, what the hell I do? Can I put my dog up? They're not giving me no information, not letting me put my dog up. Get to the van, take me downtown. I'm in booking, asking, what am I being arrested for? They're not giving me no information. I find out when I get in front of the judge, I got 4 charges. Bank fraud, wire fraud, making false statements, and tax evasion. So the judge never mentioned PPP. So it's not registering to me what am I actually here for. So he set my bond at $20,000. I go back to my cell. I'm talking to my cellmate and I tell him about the charges. He like, bro, that's for PPP. Everybody wants to know, what did I spend my PPP money on that's worth me going to jail for 20 years? None of it's worth me going to jail for 20 years. Let's just get that out the way. But I did get this $10,000 limited edition Misuse watch that I really, really wanted. I got this $1,600 Gucci bracelet that I absolutely love. I also picked up these lovely Gucci shades, and I adore these. Also got me a pair of Cartier shades. If you're not from the Midwest, you don't know about the Carties, baby. I also got me these pair of Alexander McQueens, which I've yet to wear, but I'm gonna wear them one day. And then my favorite purchase is this $1,700 Gibson guitar. You know, I don't know how to play the guitar, but I was gonna put LED lights behind it and put it on my wall in my room and have it look all pretty and all that stuff. I never got around to doing it. And then besides that, I just got like little knickknacks. This shirt, I got an iPad. I took a trip to Atlanta, me and my friends. I only paid for myself though. Just little stuff, yeah. None of it was worth it, but y'all want to know what I did with the money? That's what I did.
What is?
He sound like he ain't even taking it serious. He don't even care. He happy to do it. He sound like he don't even mind doing the time for real. If I were him, I would have sold, man. In my opinion, bro, I'm not buying. If I had $20,000, I'm gonna figure out a way to turn that 20 into 40. Find out how to fit that 40 to 100, because you're gonna need money for a lawyer. I don't know what it is with sometimes with us black people. The first thing us as black people, what we do, we gonna go buy something stupid with it. Buy something dumb. We want to be flashy. We want to know that we want other people to know that we got money. And that's the most dumbest thing ever.
What's going on, everyone? Ex-federal underwriter here for the SBA. I worked on PPP and EIDL loans. And yes, there was so much fraud that it was unbelievable. And yes, there's a fraud prevention system in place. And yes, for those people that have lied on their application, at some point, because of the 10-year period that you're signed to, they will come after you.
The government spent $14.5 billion to support the entertainment industry during COVID, but some of the biggest names in music sent that money mostly to their own pockets.
So Chris Brown, he got $10 million. That's the maximum allowable grant. Out of that $10 million, he paid himself $5.1 million. And then he spent another $80,000 on a 33rd birthday party for himself. All of it paid for by taxpayers.
Marshmallow. Christopher Comstock is his legal name. Like, Christopher Comstock paid himself $9.9 million.
Steve Aoki, who is a famous DJ, but fun fact, his dad founded Benihana, took $1.9 million just for himself.
Members of Shinedown were taking home hundreds of thousands of dollars apiece.
A single member of the band Shinedown got more than all of their touring employees.
Alice in Chains got, I think, somewhere north of $6 million, and more than $3 million of that went into these band members' pockets. We found one guy who had worked with Alice in Chains for a long time. Scotty Doc is what people called him. During the pandemic, he was diagnosed with cancer, and AIC Entertainment's budget shows that it didn't spend a dime on health insurance.
It's not really clear how much help Alice in Chains gave to him. They're not listed as contributors to his GoFundMe, and somebody familiar with the situation told us that they referred him to a charity to help with his medical bills. But 2 weeks after posting the GoFundMe, he had died.
Did you know that Tom Brady, Kanye West, Jay-Z, Reese Witherspoon, and Khloe Kardashian took out PPP loans during the pandemic? I guess they needed a little help from the government. Let's go over and see how much they took out. Kanye West's loan amount was $2 to $5 million. He wanted to help his 106 employees. His valuation on the business that took out the loan is $3 billion. I don't know, Kanye. I think the first day on interest for you could have paid your employees. Just a thought. Khloe Kardashian, like you don't have enough, but that's okay. You could take more from us. We're okay. Did you know Billy Joel got $1 million PPP loan? Yes. He did not disappoint like the rest of them.
Boy, it's a good day to be a law-abiding citizen, man. I tell you, bro. A lot of people that thought y'all got away with that PPP loan, it just took them 4 years. But
and look, for the people who rich and they doing all that, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even blame them. Yeah, I mean, if I was rich and it was legal and I didn't face any legal consequences or anything like that, I ain't gonna lie. I would have did the same exact thing. People saying, like the girl said, "Oh, you just taking money away from us." The government already don't spend it on us. They gonna lock up the poor who trying to get the 10, 20,000, and the rich who actually trying to just getting the money legally. They gonna get the money to them. It's messed up, but that is this is our system, bro.
On y'all ass no, but they knocked on that girl door. She tried to call her mama. Her mama, I don't know nothing about that. Hey, you might as well go with them. I don't know nothing. Her mama say, just go with them, bro. It's like, hey, are you this person? I don't know. Let me go in the back and make a call. Are you this person? But they got her for the PPP loan, bro. She thought she was slick. Y'all thought y'all slick. Listen, I ain't wishing jail on nobody. But us people, they know that didn't do the PPP loan. We just kept doing what we had to do. We struggled. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew y'all day was finally coming. And y'all day finally coming now. I said, I don't wish jail on nobody, but y'all thought y'all got away with it. Everybody bragging, oh, I did the PPP loan. They never went to jail. Now you're going to jail. And us law-abiding citizens, we can celebrate like, hey, we didn't do it. But it's crazy. But like, they knock on her door, try to call her mama. It's too late to call your mama now. They sent you letters. They put you. It's too late. I'm sorry, bro. Get out of here.
Go to jail, Mom.
I understand.
So,
Destiny, you have to go. I don't know what's going on, but you can't fight it. Yeah,
on September 13th, 2024, a woman named Destiny Harris gets a knock on her door from police with a warrant for her arrest for unemployment fraud that she allegedly committed 4 years ago. But let's take it back to 2020. In the wake of the COVID-19 outbreak, numerous Americans lost their jobs, resulting in a significant rise in unemployment applications. This also led to some people attempting to exploit the system for benefits they were not eligible for. A financial investigator with the Department of Economic Opportunity informs a detective in the city of Delray Beach that 4 people had reported they received unemployment claims by employees who were still currently employed. An investigation was then initiated. 3 months later, after all the information was collected on the claimants, their phone providers were issued subpoenas. Detectives find one of the claimants was victim of identity theft while the other 3 had filed for benefits themselves.
Y'all, the entrepreneur streets are talking. So in Chicago, in Will County, 22 people have been arrested for PPP fraud. So apparently, these 25 people were already incarcerated. Someone outside of the jail decided that they were going to help them get the PPP loan by creating fake business accounts, fake information, and giving them these accounts so that way when they get their PPP loan, they could literally post their own bond. So CPD decided they were going to have a private investigation look into this. So they ran everybody's name in Will County that got a PPP and also tried to see if they got a felony, because if you have a felony, you cannot classify or qualify for a PPP loan. So the news is getting out. So 14 people have already been arrested and they're looking for 6 to 8 more that actually are on the run. So you scammers, please beware.
Look, if you did a PPP loan, you just know they coming for you. Dang, y'all, I don't know why y'all got $20,000 and y'all didn't flip 20,000. But a lot of people are just so financially illiterate. The only thing you want to buy is nice things because you ain't never had it before, and I understand it. But you gotta understand, when you doing fraud, you gotta have money for a lawyer. Like, you gotta have money to fight, because you can't just go into court and just start crying. Oh, that was so damn bad. No, they go still give you 2 years, but just to $20,000 to risk that for 2, 3, 5 years, no, I'm good on that. It ain't worth it. It ain't even worth it. But man, if y'all like this video right here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. What's good, people? This is KM.Little right here. Thank you for watching this video. In this clip right here, I am showing you my different YouTube channels. They are in the link in the description. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you will love my other channels. Also, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and we out.